UK. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prom, Sopoli, Tumenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prom Senior High School and Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Vedasse.
He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the
Darkness.
hole of darkness.
So what did that
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019,
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on The CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Hello, lovely listeners. Tune in to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamb.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamb@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're waiting for Mr. Olayomi Koiki to join in. Yomi, we can't see you. Yeah, but I don't know whether you can hear us. Let me see. Good morning, Yomi. Okay, so he's going to call us back. But some of the stories that we're going to be looking at from the updates from Nigeria. One of the top stories, gunmen storm mosque in Mazakuka. Okay, we're going to be looking into that now that it seems we have Mr. Olayomi Koiki on. Let me see. Enjoying the nice sunshine here in London. Who tell you that we don't enjoy sunshine? We enjoy sunshine. Let me say morning to you, Yomi.
Good morning back to you in the studio, and welcome to Starr Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And yes, it is a little bit breezy, but I can tell you the sun is out already here in London, where I am broadcasting from, back to you in the studio.
Yes. How are you and how is the family?
Well, it is holiday, and I'm sure you're aware of that. It's a week off, so there is a very busy children all around England, because we are in England, and that means in every home, the energy cost is going to increase, and also the food is going to increase, and then the noise as well will increase, while the teachers are having a break off. But I can tell you, I'm doing very well. We couldn't join yesterday because of, like I said, the activities of the kids in the house. But we're back again this morning with what we love to do, giving the news to all the Nigerians and those that say, we are not Nigerians. We just want to be who we are as the ethnic indigenous people of the owner of the land. But like Frank would say, until the country totally go into that full disintegration, we will refer to some people as Nigerians. While some say we are Biafrans, some say we are Oduduwa, and some say we are just the middle belt. But like I said, quite a lot of news in Nigeria. But I'm going to come back again to you first in the studio.
Yes, listeners, to all the parents, we having it's half term here in England, and therefore we have the kids at home, as Yomi said. So bear with us when at times the kids make noise, because we are working. Some of the time we broadcast from home as well. So now let's come to the story that is making the round this morning. Gunmen storm mosque in Mazakuka, a village, Mashegu, LGA of Niger State, and kill 17 worshippers and inflict severe injuries on others. Now, some of us were of the view that, look, if you take some groups like, or I don't know how they term them, like Boko Haram, they come from the Islamic faith, call it, though they are extremists, but that's where their background is from. So they wouldn't attack people from that same faith. But if it happens that some people are attacking people who are in the mosque, then they might be from different tribes or different faiths who are causing that. Can you throw more light on that?
Well, you're quite right. It's not the first time that we are reporting it as terrorist attack, but I can assure you there is still more pressure on the presidency to name them as terrorists as against bandits. I've looked at a lot of commentators back in Nigeria as well saying that the moment, and this is quite interesting because you did talk about, if these are the same people that are also going into the mosque, to do a kind of atrocity like it was done in Niger State, where more than 17, and I say 17, when we say 17, remember these 17 are names, they have families, they have children, and they have loved ones, they have inspiration. This took place at the Mazikuka village, somewhere at the Mashugu local government area of Niger State. 17 of them were worshippers, inflicted several injuries on others. According to intelligence, also disclosed that 18 of them have now been taken away into the wilderness of the, of these, atrocity that have now become mayhem in Nigeria today. But one thing is, while I'm saying that, then there is, these other pressure, to name them as terrorists, but not everybody agree with that, because naming them as terrorists, according to, Sheikh Gumi, that means If Buhari declared bandits as terrorists, nothing will remain in Nigeria.
That is a question that at times boggles my mind, because if you declare them as terrorists, nothing will remain in Nigeria. Does that mean that because you declare them as terrorists, and therefore the military or security agencies are going to crack down on them, and therefore will destroy everybody in Nigeria? Is that what they're trying to say?
That's not what he's saying. This is what they Sheikh Gunmen. Let me remind you, this is one of those that have been, the go-to-be, the negotiator between the bandits and some of the parents or those that have been kidnapped within, the country. I mean, he has been somebody that have, been to some of these, terrorists, taking pictures with them, while they were negotiating in terms of taking back some of those that have been taken away. But this is what he said. Islamic cleric Sheikh Gunmen says, if Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari declares bandits as terrorists, it will mark the end of Nigeria as a sovereignty and united entity. Gunmen, despite his pro-bandit advocacy, admitted that the bandits have over the years unleashed terror on the people, but officially labeling them as such will invite additional consequences that will consume the whole country. Some say, we want the country to break up anyway, just name them terrorists and let's even break the country completely.
Well, I think they're hitting them with case gloves. That's what they're trying to do. Let's not touch them. Let's just leave them like that. If we say that they are terrorists, they're going to call people from maybe outer world, space, to come and help them to fight people. Well, it is Starr Radio UK. Now, interestingly, talking about people or groups of people who want to leave the country or to leave, Nigeria, or cause Nigeria to break up, let them, they can just have their own mandate of catering for themselves, is the IPOP or the Igbo area, where some information that is coming through talks about the fact that there's some breaking UN issues urgent appeal to Nigeria, Kenya, seeking explanation for Nnamdi Kanu's illegal abduction, detention, and others. But who cares about what the UN is saying? Do you think Buhari will budge?
Well, I was looking at the United Nations. I mean, this week already, it is about 76 years old. So that means, when we look at, some of what they've done around the globe, you would have to decide whether, it favors some part of the continent as against other part of the continent. But you are quite right. The United Nations has now, given, a kind of an appeal. United Nations issues urgent appeal to Nigeria, Kenya, seeking explanation for Nnamdi Kanu illegal adoption, rendition, kidnap from Kenya. Any public expression of concern in this regard will indicate that we have been in contact with Your Excellency government to clarify the issues in question. We do know that Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped by the Nigerian government, the same government, not the same type of government that we have now, because I'm just going to take you back to 1984 when Umaru Diko, the former aviation and minister of Nigeria, was almost about to be kidnapped here in London, not outside the country, not in Nigeria, but right in London by a Nigerian aircraft parked at the airport, and he was already, drugged, almost taken away until the alarm blew that aircraft hasn't come here to pick anything else than a human being, and that becomes a kind of a disgrace to Nigerian government. That is also happening under Buhari as a military dictator in that era. But let's fast forward to 2021. You would think that he has changed completely. He has become more democrat. He has become somebody that is looking for Nnamdi Kanu. You've captured him right in Kenya. Let the legal process take place in Kenya. But rather, Nnamdi Kanu was missing for almost 8 days in Kenya until he surfaced in Abuja, and then he surfaced at the High Court, and the rest now, they say, is what a lot of people are asking the question, what happened to Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya prior to bringing him back to Nigeria? Was the legal process taken? I can say no. The federal government was excited to have somebody that was broadcasting outside the country. I haven't told many people that are following and listening to him, but his offense was naming Buhari, calling him names, Not just that alone, he was also brought in a sophisticated weapon, which is a radio transmitter to Nigeria to break up Nigeria, according to the presidency. So United Nations says the United Nations has now made urgent appeal to the Nigerian and the Kenya government to explain the illegal, kidnap, rendition of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's not just that alone. There is now already pressure from the Nigerian government as more INEC ADCO staff that are meant to be used for the November 7th election in Anambra are already resigning, saying it seems IPOB have declared that by the November the 4th, if their leader is not released, there will be a total sit down from that day to the next day, which is November 10 of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. November 10 is also the year in 1995 that the Ogoni 8, Ken Saro-Wiwa, was killed. This is Starr Radio UK. I'm going to come back again to you in the studio because the government wants to give a little bit of pardon to the Ogoni 8, but the foundation are saying they haven't committed any offense during that era of Sani Abacha. They were executed, and that means they should not be given pardon. They should just be exonerated. Let me come back again to you in the studio. It is still Starr Radio UK. I can tell you the sun is just shining on my lovely head. Back to you again in the studio.
Yes, he's enjoying the sunshine, That's a good one there. But let's touch on a bit of history that you did touch on. You were talking about the abduction that was supposed to take place some years ago here in London. Was it during Buhari's regime that thing was planned?
Well, it was during Buhari regime. That is why a lot of people are thinking, this man should have changed. We are no longer in that khaki, as a lot of Nigerians will want to call it. He then took over, not during a democracy era, but it took over as a military coup with a civilian government that was operating in 1983. And in 1984, he wanted to kidnap, right here in London, just about, somewhere in Bayswater, he wanted to kidnap Umaru Diko, but that was foiled by the secretary of Umaru Diko that saw what was happening to him when he was being put into the vehicle. And that aircraft that landed was then an aircraft that was meant to take him back, drugged, carted away, but that was foiled.
Interesting. Let me say good morning to Frank, who is in the house. Frank, morning to you.
Archie, good morning, and good morning to our listeners. Olayomi, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Alessandra.
Yes.
What can we say?
Yes. A quick one.
Yeah.
Now, this has been the trend. I mean, Umaru Diko, during Buhari's time as the head of state, was doing plotting to kidnap him from here to Nigeria.
Right.
Now, he managed as a civilian, military person, clothed in civilian, to now hatch another plot to get Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria, and I'm like, okay, is that his culture? Maybe that is how it could have been the best.
He's thinking that. I mean, in my view, if you people think that I am no more a military person, I still have some these things in my cupboard. Basically, it's total disrespect for the law, the rule of law. That is what we can't say any other way, because if we are not saying don't bring someone from another country to come and try. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. But the due process of law must be followed.
Yeah.
And I bet to say that even Sunday ago, had they not been the vigilant of the people around him, they would have smuggled. I mean, even Kenya to Nigeria, they were doing it. How much more? Something that they can just drive across the border.
I mean, they would have pulled him straight into the country.
Yeah, they would have done that. I mean, it's just a demonstration that Buhari as a president and his government, don't forget leadership. What leadership believes in actually filters through the ranks of most people who serve under him. And you see it that he doesn't believe in rule of law.
Well, he doesn't believe in the rule of law. If you are listening to what, do you think Buhari believes in the rule of law? Well, he's a civilian now. He's a president. He was elected, and therefore he's supposed to be the one who sees to it that the constitution is taken along nicely. But however, there seem to be custodians of the law who are actually breaking the law there as well. The rule of law. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's go back to Mr. Olayomi Koiki for some more of the stories making the rounds. Over to you, Yomi.
Thank you very much. And again, this is still Star Radio UK 1126, and welcome back. President Buhari arrives Riyadh for the Future Investment Initiative Institute Summit. President Muhammadu Buhari arrived Riyadh on Monday at about 11:50 p.m. for the Future Investment Initiative Institute Conference. The president was received by King Khalid International Airport by the Deputy Governor of Riyadh, Prince Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Abdulaziz. President Buhari, alongside other world leaders, will participate in the opening ceremony of the event that is taking place today, and the 3-day preliminary section focused on the theme for the 5th edition of the summit, Invest in Humanity. I'm sure a lot of Nigerians would like to know if investment in the humanity in Nigeria today, where so many Nigerians are now trapped in poverty, security, welfare, education, and so many conversations of such. Let's go back to some other news as well. Like I did talk about it, Anambra State, about 5,000 Nigerian police, Anambra election, Nigerian police list IPOB and ESN as the top trade, and they've now added another 4,000 personnel, that will be attending, that upcoming election in November 7th, even though the IPOB has issued a statement that they will not hold election in the state, and from the November the 4th, should their leader not be released unconditionally, everybody will be sitting at home till the November the 10th. I can tell you that in the southeast at the moment in Anambra, you can no longer go to school, you cannot go to the market, because even the government of Anambra State yesterday have now issued that the sit at home on Monday is having effect on a student that wants to go to school on Monday, and that means they've now moved the education of Monday to a Saturday lecture, which is now taking effect, I think, from next week, if I'm right, according to the Anambra State government. The Nigerian police force has marked the indigenous people of Biafra and its militia wing, the Eastern Security Network, known as ESN, as an active potential threat to the Anambra State governorship election scheduled for November the 6th. This was disclosed in the 25-page document with the policy sent to all the police formation in the country ahead of the upcoming election, and also obtained by the investigative journalists as well. Also, let's take a look at some of the other news as well. We would have expected by now that the former, police, that was put into, the American request to America, should have been given a kind of information to Nigerians, but rather hush puppy scandal, police authorities under pressure from Buhari's minister Malami, others, to clear the disgraced officer Abba Kairi. Not only some influential Nigerians, even Malami, the Attorney General of Federation, also want to clear Abba Kairi. Another top officer is saying the Nigerian police authorities have come under immense pressure from the top government officials, the monarch, and the ruling APC Congress chieftains to clear the suspended commander of the intelligence response team, Abba Kairi, after an investigation into the alleged infractions committed by the disgraced police officer. So we're going to see how far that is going to go. Insecurity has become worsened under Buhari regime. According to the economics report, I described the Buhari government as inept and high-handed, adding that it has also failed to tackle corruption. The presidency has stated that it agrees with the London-based news magazine, The Economics, which reported that Nigerians' insecurity has worsened since President Muhammadu Buhari assumed office in 2015, but noted that the administration has not folded its hands either as well. According to the senior special assistant media and publicity to the president, Garba Shehu, stated that this in a reaction to the London magazine publication. The Economics, in a report, had described Buhari government as inept and high-handed, adding that it has also failed to tackle corruption. The 178-year-old magazine said that in the editorial title, The Crime at the Heart of Africa, which was published in October 23rd this month. It was due to the Buhari's mismanagement of the economy. Food prices had soared, while life had become more difficult for Nigerians. And I can tell you, I was, one of the actresses, a very popular non-actress in Nigeria, released just about 30 seconds video where she was telling us that 3 loaves of bread now cost 1,850 naira. And if you look at the exchange rate today to Nigeria, that is about almost divided by 2. Exchange rate today in Nigeria is about almost 782 naira to a pound. And that means you must have about almost £2.50 before you can buy 3 loaves of bread. So it gives an idea for those that are listening to us back around the globe what it means in the exchange rate format in Nigeria this morning. So if you have £2.50, you will be able to buy 3 loaves of bread in Nigeria. I'm sure a pound in UK, I'm sure you know what you can buy when it comes to the loaves of bread in the store as well. Let's talk about some more outline, and then I'm going to come back into you in the studio. It's exactly 11:31. It is still your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. The Ninas movement brings clarity and direction to the restructuring debate. The restructuring debate will not go away until it has been dealt with the satisfaction of Nigerians. The more the delay in addressing it, the more it is certain that no restructuring, no Nigeria will become inevitable. The All Progressive Congress came to power in 2015 with the promise of bringing more restructuring, yet no sooner than APC sat on the seat of power and even began to ask, what is restructuring? Because the president was asked that question during one of the current interview he gave, and he asked, what is restructuring? And this was part of their campaign when they were coming in 2015. Once again, you're still listening to Starr Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Gunmen invaded the Nasarawa housing estate, killed university students. That is another sad news coming out of Nigeria. Police not willing to arrest criminal herdsmen in Ondo State. Governor Akeredolu, most of the Southwest governors have signed into law the ban to open grazing. But according to the report here, the governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, State has accused the Nigerian police of being unwilling to arrest the errant herdsmen disturbing some part of the state. Does that mean that, like we've always talked about it, the control of the police that is within the federal government, and that is also part of the 68 exclusive list that some of the state governors cannot touch. You cannot have your own police force, and that means, the command is coming from Abuja rather than from the state governor, who is the chief security officer as well. Just like in your state, one of the notorious, terrorist kidnapper known in one of the cells was jailbreak with almost 600 prisoners, nowhere to be found out of the 800 plus that was in that jail. This took place over the weekend in Nigeria, in Oyo State in the southwest. This particular known criminal is now nowhere to be found, and just as usual, the state governor of that state, Seyi Makinde, could not have power to determine how to control the police because all that is coming from the federal government. And these are part of the reason why a lot of people are still asking the question, what is the baseline of the 1999 Constitution? Because if that Constitution is still existing, going into 2023 general election is also something that needs to be looked into. And that is why there's just mixed bags of different things happening in Nigeria. As the election is looming, it's coming through. There's a lot of tension as, again, one of the biggest African countries is looming for so many things that might happen just before 2023. I'll come back again to you in the studio. It is still Starr Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. I can tell you, the cloud have just literally overshadowed the sun, but the weather is still very good without putting on a jacket.
Yeah, a bit of weather forecast there for you from North London, where Mr. Olayomi Koiki is. It is the Tuesday edition of the morning show. Mr. Olayomi Koiki in our North London studios, out there enjoying a bit of the sunshine with me in the studio, Mr. Frank Davids. But let's look at this story about this restructuring and looking at the federal system in Nigeria. Frank, interestingly, we have various things. We have the southern part, the Yoruba area, where they wanted to form this Ametoko.
Yeah.
Okay. Which would have been another form of security for that particular area, where the authority is from the governor of the state. Now we have that of the eastern part as well, but which government doesn't seem to be. Now this is a case where Olayomi Koiki was talking about the fact that some people behaving errantly, who have been incarcerated, who have broken jail, and yet the governor cannot have the mandate to say, please go chase or do that. I mean, so you ask yourself, what kind of federalism is Nigeria actually practicing?
Look, that is one problem with our kind of structures and democracy. We put structures over them, we do not devolve enough power and make them very efficient. If you take even UK, which is not a federal state, apart from the 4 nations that you can talk of, Scotland, England, Wales, and Ireland, let's concentrate on one nation, the first nation, which is England. If you look at England over here, you see that even the security apparatus, apart from the military, the security are devolved.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you have Greater London Metropolitan.
Yeah.
And even that, within that administration, you have Surrey Police, you have Kent Police, and all of that.
Yeah.
So look, the commissioners are different. Their policies reflects what the area needs.
Yeah.
So whereas probably somewhere in the village in Somerset, they might not need a lot of soldiers. They might not need a lot of police in the community because crime rates
on the beat. They might not need that.
Crime rates might be very, very low. In London or somewhere else like Birmingham, you're going to see a lot of police on the street. Are you getting me? We are being told, for instance, what happened at Brent the other time.
Yeah.
The police over there, SS police, are telling the people, the locals, where 16-year-old boys were stabbed and another one injured. The police are telling the locals that, look, we're going to increase the presence of the police on the streets. Are you getting me? That is what Nigeria needs. We need a system. Look at what the same thing happened in US. You take US, you take Nigeria, they are basically called federal states.
Yeah.
What is happening to the Chicago police, the administration, and everything is different from what might be happening in probably Texas.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that is a system that we need. Now, talk about Matecum, we know a few were formed, but it's not something that became what the country wanted to go with. You can have the same police academy, but the states must now be charged with the power to recruit according to their needs. Are you getting me? According to their needs, properly train and put them on. So that security, in terms of it must not come from Buhari's office or the commissioner of police. Over here, for instance, the Met commissioner over here, yes, Dick, will have a lot of power, but he cannot control what is happening in Birmingham police.
No.
She cannot control what is happening in Birmingham police because the needs and aspirations of the people might totally be different. That's the kind of system we need in Nigeria. You see, we have something. We have federal state, we have federal, but most of them are powerless. They are powerless. The police officer over there, the police chief over there is powerless.
Yeah.
So if there's even something that is happening, he needs to wait for orders from above where there seems to be a lot of interference, you know. But when you pray and something is not happening, then something is holding it. So sometimes when we are down there hoping that the government and others will do something for us, they will beef out the security and it's not happening. There are intermediate forces, intervening forces that are holding, which are linked to the powers that be at Azaro.
Interesting. That is a very sad. That's a very, very sad situation. But Yomi, the presidency, they've agreed with a London-based news magazine that the Economist, which reported that Nigeria's insecurity worsened since President Muhammadu Buhari. This is the first time where I have the presidency admitting. Is it because it's from a foreign?
Yeah,
magazine?
because it's foreign, because it's not from Ghana. It's not from Ghana.
Nigeria.
It's not from Nigeria. Because Nigerians have said it over and over.
Yeah.
They've said it over and over again.
Yomi.
Well, Frank have just said it, quite right there. For somebody like Garba Shehu that is very, very defensive, you would have expected him to probably try to defend it, but there was no way out. They just have to admit it that yes, there is a failure mechanism. Remember, it took this president a lot of time before he was able to take away, his chief security officer, then, and one of them is now currently, the ambassador in Benin Republic, and so many others as well has been appointed in different ambassadorial, roles, and you would expect them to have been queried for some of their, time as the chief security, making sure that lives, the armory that were meant to be by, and, so many things of such. But again, economics here in London says there is a problem, and it seems the presidency just have to admit to it.
Let me ask you, gentlemen, a question here. Looking at the new trend that seems to be going on the African continent, looking at yesterday's incident that has happened in Sudan, do you think that Buhari was trying to appease these people in these various security positions? I mean, appointing them as ambassadors so that, I mean, none of them will have maybe trying to support a group of people to say, let's overthrow the government, because we can all attest to it that there is so much insecurity and people's livelihood have been destroyed. Do you think that's why Buhari went that way? Yomi?
Well, yes, I thought maybe Frank was going to go first. There is these, view and the opinion of so many Nigerians that as things are going, we might end up seeing a military coup in Nigeria as well. There's no evidence based to that at the moment. But looking at the situation surrounding the country, especially with so many different groups of people demanding different things out of the country, we still have the revolution out there. We still have so many Nigerians that believe that the problem with the country is those that have been in power. I was playing a video just at the early hours of this morning because I just went back to bed just before 6 o'clock this morning. And one of the politicians said, look, we put inducement to some of these, INEC officials, the security, and I've been doing this for the last 40 years. That means he has been doing that as a politician. This was before the 2019 general election since 1976. And you would have wondered that, if these kind of people still control the government, and with the pressure going on now, the military might just take advantage, just like we saw in Sudan.
Frank, do you think that's why Buhari being very fast? Okay, I've taken you are not functioning, you are not doing what you're supposed to, but let me give you some a tap on the shoulder that you are doing well, Ambassador.
Well, actually, they do this and because political reasons, and whatever they do, one thing we must remind ourselves of is that their political interest comes above any other thing. Like someone reportedly yesterday, on a video I was listening to, that Akufo-Addo told her personally that, look, he suffered to gain or to get his political career to where it is. Anyone who dare make a mistake trying to bring his name to disrepute, whatever he will do to deal with the person, he will do with it. Wow. So that is how they think. That is how they think. It's all about that, and that is why people are able to fuel their ego. Buhari wouldn't do anything if he doesn't want to satisfy his ego. Two, doesn't shows that it is enhancing his political career or is exerting more influence that he has on certain areas, and probably the authority and power that he will have over a future decision making. So these are some of calculations that they look at. How does it benefit them and profit them? And that's what comes to. So you only make this thing or make such or a move only if it's going to benefit directly.
Well, what do you think? If you are listening to us, you can post your comments on our Facebook feed, or you can text or WhatsApp it to us. At 12 o'clock, we'll open the line for you to add your voice to the discussions. But it is updates from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi Koiki in our North London studios, and with me here in the studios in South London, Mr. Frank Davis. But let's go to Yomi for what is happening, the other stories, and what is happening on the social media platform. Over to you, Yomi.
Let's go straight to the social media, and what is trending is the e-naira that was launched, by the presidency yesterday, and the reaction is what we're going to be discussing this morning. A lot of different reaction. This individual says, we tested the e-naira app and it worked easily, pretty easy to use. According to Fisayo, also says, just saw what looks like the e-naira app on the App Store. I'm going to download it, we sign up, and then I'm going to share my thoughts. Somebody else says, according to Kolakwa Dam Imam, anyone else try using hashtag e-naira yet? I think it is cool. Looking forward to the amazing experience. But also, according to our favorite online doctor, e-naira is a good idea. But in the hands of lunatics like Buhari and Murphy, it is a digital naira good for easy transfer of naira. Please never save in e-naira. E-naira is not an investment. Your money can never go up. One e-naira is just the same thing as 1 naira. So if naira goes down, your e-naira also goes down with it. And let's see some of the comment under that as well. And it says, let us be very clear on what the e-naira is about. Your e-naira is just a digital money. That is it. All it is, nothing more. It is not a store of value. It is not an investment. Why? Because 1 e-naira will always be equal to 1 naira. So if the naira goes down, your e-naira would also goes down. E-naira is not a cryptocurrency. It is a digital naira. If your plan is to how to easily move naira, then it is a fantastic idea. But if your plan is to put money into an investment or save it in a platform that generates profit for you, then e-naira is a bad idea for you. Don't go near it. By the way, this is a government that banned Twitter in one day, banned cryptocurrency suddenly. These are the kind of the lunatics offering you e-naira. So I have my reservation naturally because all it takes is one tweet or Twitter trend that don't like and they can destroy the whole thing. But anyway, I just thought to inform you guys ahead before you get overexcited about a project that is simply digitalize the naira. It doesn't solve the worthless problem of the naira, and it's currently a huge risk, especially under the demonic, tyrannical government like this. Somebody then replied, you go wake up one morning to a message, thanks for your contributing in paying our great country's loan. Now their eyes go see. And somebody else say, it was boldly written on their side that it is not an investment plan. So I asked myself, why should I buy it if it's not adding value? This is what the conversation about e-naira that was launched by the federal government yesterday. So from here as well, 1 e-naira is just equivalent to 1 naira.
Well, 1 e-naira is equivalent to 1 naira. Of course, that's what it's going to be. It's just digital money.
A lot of Nigerians are looking for investment. So when they say anything digital and they're not getting the clarification, they might start thinking maybe I'm going to put my money in there. Just like a couple that I've run into, I think they've gone into Barbados or somewhere around those islands, took away about 22 billion naira of Nigerian money that was invested to them.
Wow. Interesting. Yummy, let me say thank you very much for that wonderful update.
Don't touch the dial because you still have Frank and Archie to take you to the rest of the program. I'll be back again same time tomorrow. Like I said from here, a very good morning. It is Starr Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. But if you're sending money home, remember to use send waves and remember to put the code S for Star, R for Radio. From here, have a very good morning. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Well, listeners, that was Mr. Olayomi Koiki bringing you updates from Nigeria. Bring your time now to 11:49. That is 11 minutes to the top of the hour. It is a Tuesday edition of the morning show. We're going to take a break. We come back and we will be looking at some of the other stories making the rounds here. At 12 o'clock, the lines will be open. But like as I said earlier on, post your comments, if any, on our Facebook page before that time. And once the lines are open, you are allowed to call in. You can also text or WhatsApp as 07539661744. 07539661744. Okay, now let's cross over to let's take a bit of the announcements, and one of the top announcements is this afternoon's program, BB Means Business, with BB Clement, going to be coming your way. We want to invite you to listen to that program. It's going to be quite an interesting one, so make sure you do listen.
Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally pé gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá jákèjádò àgbáńláyé láti wá darapọ̀ fún ìfẹ̀hónúhàn ọjọ́ kan láti kéde àtìlẹ́yìn fún olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho òòṣà ní gbogbo ilẹ̀kílẹ̀ akọni ògúnnágbòǹgbò tí dátọ́ lẹ́nu ìgbé one day peaceful solidarity protest for Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho from illegal detention by Republic of Benin government tó máa wáyé lọ́jọ́ kọkàndínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2021 ní Benin Republic Embassy tó wà ní 2124 Kulurama Road NW Washington DC lórílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà aago 9 òwúrọ̀ ni yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tí ń bẹ lórílẹ̀-èdè àgbáyé àgbáyé la pè. ẹ̀jẹ̀ túyáyá ká túyàyà jáde. kákéde àtìlẹ́yìn wa fún májàsọ́lá. síjọba Republic of Benin tìmọ́lé lọ́nà ìtọ́. ẹ jẹ́ ká béèrè fún ìtúsílẹ̀. ká béèrè fún ìdájọ́ òdodo. bẹ́jà bá lẹ́ni lẹ́yìn ní pèsúrò. ológìní bá lẹ́ni lẹ́yìn yóò gbọdọ̀ ọ̀yà. akíkanjú kan ò lè dógun sẹ́. yóò bá sẹ́ látìlẹ́yìn fún. ọ̀pọ̀ lé sófin yagi lóko. ọ̀pọ̀ gírí ẹsẹ̀ ní yẹ̀nà. ọ̀pọ̀ ikán ní ìmọ̀lé. ọ̀pọ̀ oyin ní safárá. ọ̀pọ̀ èrò àsìmágìyàn. ìjọ àjùmọ̀jó ní gbáyé. kíkọ́ni ijó ànìkànjó kọ́ni lẹ́sẹ̀. agbóòjọ́ kì í gbàjọ́ kan tì. olóyè Sunday Igboho ọ̀jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. ọjọ́ kan ò pọ̀jù láti fílẹ̀ fólóore wa. ẹni tó fara rẹ̀ kalẹ̀. láti síwájú ìjìjàngbara. fún orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá tuntun. ká lè wà ní àlàáfíà. kí ìjínigbé ó lè dàfẹ́ sẹ́yìn. ìfipábánilòpọ̀. ìfẹ́ranjẹko. ìtẹ̀tọ́ ẹni mọ́lẹ̀ lọ́nà ìtọ́. kí gbogbo ẹ̀ ó lè dópin. ìjọ àjùmọ̀jó ọgbọ́dọ̀ dídùn nìkan ṣoṣo. kọ́rọ̀ wa má dàgbé ẹni tó fajá ẹ̀dẹ̀gbẹ́ ìkookò. tọ́wá lọ rí dúró lókèrè tí ń wòran. wọ́n fẹ́ pàdánù olóore rẹ̀ ní o. àsùngbàgbé òní kàn mí. October 29, 2021. níwájú Benin Republic Embassy. 2124. Kulurama Road. NW Washington DC gangan ni. aago 9 òwúrọ̀ ni yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀. Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally. Endorsed by All Yoruba Self-Determination Group and Media. olùkéde ìgbìmọ̀ Tajudeen O Adéjàmíù. Alhaji Nono Banjo. ààrẹ àlùmọ́rò. Prọfẹ̀tà Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa. fún àlàyé síwájú sí www.megarally.org tàbí info@megarally.org. olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ṣá. mo fi Ọlọ́run tó lẹ̀ mẹ́rin mi búra. ẹnìkan ò ní ṣe ọ́.
Ìgbòho